And now, after breathing deeply, allow your breath to find a natural rhythm. And bring your attention to the weight of your body on the chair. And be mindful of your feet on the floor. Allow your hands to relax on your lap, using a mudra if you would like to. Another way is to simply sit with your palms upward in receptivity to awareness of spirit within you. And now, with your attention on your feet, be mindful of Mother Earth below you. And we're all sitting in buildings, so imagine that you can make a connection with Mother Earth by extending your energy down through the floor of the building where you are, down through the foundation and into the earth. And just imagine that you are reaching out, or reaching deeper rather, into the earth, feeling your connection with Mother Earth. And reach down with your imagination, with your intention, and with your energy, moving downward toward the heart of the Mother, the center of the earth. And imagine that your energy is extending down through layers and layers of soil and rock, different strata, layer after layer, deeper and deeper, reaching for the warm, glowing center of the earth. Imagine that red-orange energy in the center of the earth, the healing heart of the earth. You might even feel your feet becoming heavier or tingling as you do this, reaching deep down to the heart of the Mother until you feel the warmth there at the center of the earth. And then knowing that it will not harm you, it is only healing, warm, healing energy. And now bring that energy back up from the center of the earth, up through the layers, the strata, through rock and soil, through water tables, layer after layer, bringing it upward so that you begin to feel the warmth in your feet. And allow that warm healing energy of the Mother to come into the body, that warm red-orange heat, the warmth, that color. And allow it to move to any place in your body that needs healing. And bring that warm red energy into your heart. Allowing it to open your heart center for wholeness, for harmony and peace. An expansion of the love that you are. And now, with your attention and your intention, reach up above the top of your head, up through the building that you're in, up into the sky, moving into the cooler energies of the higher atmosphere, and above, touching the starlight energy above, cool white light. Feel that lightness and expansion. The cosmic infinite. And now bring that cool white energy down through the layers of the atmosphere to the crown of your head. Allow that cool white energy to come in through the crown of your head, down into your body, calming, centering, and balancing, bringing a lightness, not only a shining light, but less weight, weightlessness. Bringing that light also into your heart, where it blends with the red energy of the earth to create pink. The pink light and color that symbolizes divine love. And let that pink light extend throughout your body, into your energy fields surrounding your body, vibrating with beautiful healing love. And extending that love out to your loved ones, to any you know that are in need of healing or prosperity or clarity or peace, whatever. Knowing there is no lack, no truth in any of the appearances. See that pink light extending out to all those you know and love. And extending it out now throughout our planet, around the world, inside and around Mother Earth, in our atmosphere, beautiful. And let's see it as iridescent pink, filling the planet, the atmosphere, all of life on our planet. Every person, animal, plant, mineral, all the waters and the land. And we affirm silently, all is well. For love overcomes fear, overcomes falsehood, establishes wholeness and harmony, abundance and peace. Allow that same vibration to fill your heart and your mind. And we give thanks for this infinite, magnificent power of divine love to heal, to balance, to harmonize, to prosper. And just take a moment to give thanks for that truth and for knowing that you are that divine love. In joy and gratitude, we celebrate this truth in the name of the cosmic Christ consciousness. Amen. Take another deep breath. And when you are ready, please open your eyes and look at those on our screen, sending each one your blessing of love, knowing we are always connected beyond time or space.
Thank you, Virginia. That was so beautiful.
You're welcome. Thank you. It's one of my favorite meditations.
Good afternoon. Today we're going to be going into sacred ground talks. But before we get there, we're going to be looking at where we're at right now. What, in your opinion, is something that is troubling you the most at this time? It could be anything. It could be the weather or whatever, you know, the heat, the mosquitoes, whatever. So I'm gonna start with Lisa.
Sorry, I was trying to unmute. Well, I just immediately started laughing. I was not going to say anything about mosquitoes or the weather, but I have a flea problem. So I've been spending the morning spraying the whole house with essential oils and vinegar. There's a concoction you can make, but I'm like, oh my gosh. So but that's not really what's actually bothering me, because that's leaving today or tomorrow. Can you come back to me? I got to think about it for a minute. I have so many things. Thanks.
All right. Liliana.
Hello, everybody. What's
Hi.
bothering me is time management and procrastination.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you for that. Myla.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so glad to be here. I am grateful and thankful that I am learning how to say no and putting my foot down. So I'm thankful for that, because I'm not saying I'm a yes person. I just tend to, I don't know, be guided into, or maybe not guided is the right word, but maybe manipulated or you know, convinced that I need to help someone and I don't, for whatever reason. It is their thing that they need to go through, and I'm understanding that and taking a step back and allowing them to work it out on their own. So no is a very powerful word for me. That's my thing.
Yes, that's for a lot of us. Sarah.
I think right now I am struggling with the way the world is, and accepting it and not feeling hurt.
Okay. There's a lot going on right now, and I understand where you're at. I think most of us can relate to you. All the hurt that's going on and all the stuff that's going on. So yes, we can all relate. We all have been at times where you're at right now emotionally, and it is okay to be there. Just let the emotion pass through you. But it is part of the shift, and it also, right now, everybody who can push buttons will be pushing buttons also, and our emotions are almost raw at this point from so much stimulation. It's too much going on, and you know, it would not let up. So I understand that. I want to thank you also for bringing that up, because we're all dealing with that, every one of us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Lisa.
Okay, so it would be definitely letting go of old patterns of old stuff, junk in my house. I'm trying to purge my house and cleanse my house and detox and have more equanimity of my mind. So that I have that when I do more meditation. So it's just doing more meditation and purging.
Thank you. Sam.
depression connected to my hair's falling out and my son's death.
Okay, well, that's quite a bit.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about that in a little bit. Martha. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
Thank you. I guess a couple things. Frustration, I felt it yesterday when I got together with a group that I write with once every 3 weeks, and it got postponed a few times, and we ended up talking, but I really wanted, I don't have any space for creativity right now. I'm very busy on some very intense work of things that need to happen, with lining things up for my daughter. It's been really intense work. I have made a lot of progress, but there's moments when it feels like, oh my gosh, what if this doesn't work out? Where is all that work gonna go to? So not having space for my creativity and kind of not like, yeah, that. And then also like the difficulty being able to communicate to people that where like a wall has come between us for some reason during this time, and so like the not being able to communicate with someone, and my car breaking down. Yeah.
Right. Well, with so many things going on with you and your daughter and the creativity and all of that, that's quite a bit to handle all at once. So thank you for sharing. Irma.
It's probably a conflict, a persistent conflict, I have to say, with one of my family members, and where I am in conflict and I cannot hear the message from the Holy Spirit, so to say, from my higher self, either to stand up for myself and withdraw, or the opposite, try to solve the problem or not giving up. So yeah, that's the conflict which has been going on for quite a while. So
okay, thank you, Irma. Donna.
Hi. What's bothering me is the political war that's going on right now, and how I'm intentionally not watching television and trying to stay away from that. As you said, it pushes my buttons. And then yesterday I watched a video of a person that I highly respected, and then she used that venue as a political platform, which set me off. But I did get something out of that. I did get the fact that I am entitled to my opinion as well. Whether I agree with her or not, I have an opinion, and being neutral doesn't mean that I shouldn't be, that I should stay passive.
Right.
Neutral doesn't mean that I should stay passive. Sharing my thoughts and my opinion is an entitlement to me. So I'm dealing with that and how I can do that.
Thank you. Thank you, Donna. Reverend Virginia. Unmute. Donna, mute. Thank you.
Like many of you, time management is very frustrating, and the political animosity.
Thank you. as far as I'm concerned, I got up this morning. I tried to stay away from social media for a few days and slowly coming back. And today I realized why. As soon as I opened my social media, one of my friends sent me a political prayer to pray about somebody and to do and to and all kinds of things associated with this that upset me. So I got myself back out of that. You know, I said, okay, I do not want to be here. So I closed my social media again. And I said, okay, now breathe and breathe it through your body, you know, but not before I got my cup of coffee. You know, I wasn't awake yet. But that's what I woke up to, and I was not happy to be waking up to something like that. I want to be waking up to happy things, to joyful things, things that are enriching to somebody. You know, like have a beautiful morning, look at the gorgeous day, you know. Our weather is getting better. I love the, you know, I was out last night looking at the weather and I was enjoying it. And, you know, it's such a difference in vibrational pole. So I did work through that, but that was one of my challenges this morning. So moving along, anybody who was here last week with me in this group wants to tell me something they learned last week?
Angie, Barbara, did you talk to, let Barbara Kramer share, because she joined us?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hi, Barbara.
Hi. What was the question again?
The question was something that is currently bothering you.
Oh my gosh, do you have an hour? No, kidding. Something is currently bothering me. Oh, having I miss my I miss a lot of the many of the activities I used to do. So sometimes, or maybe more than sometimes, you know, I feel frustrated.
Right.
There's things I would like to do, and I'm sort of torn between people like my sister who's telling me that, you know, I'm not really taking good care. I mean, she doesn't say it directly, but, you know, I know what she's doing. I'm sort of doing the opposite. So I don't know. I feel torn between the two, but I usually go for the opposite. So.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes. I have several ideas, so I'm gonna say idea per ideas that are coming to me. I find that when we get together like this, what I'm gonna talk about, what I think I'm gonna talk about, and what actually happens are up in the air. So I'd like to know your impression of what, not your impression, your idea, your perception of what sacred ground is. That's a second question today. And I am going to put it out to anybody who would like to answer. So sacred ground, what does it mean? Yes, Virginia.
Wherever we are.
Okay. Anybody else?
This is Barbara.
Hi, Barb.
Hey, the Course says the sacred ground is anywhere where an old hate, I'm paraphrasing, but turns into a present love and acceptance. That's its definition of sacred ground.
All right. Sacred ground to me means the any place that you walk on with reverence and humility, that you allow yourself to recognize as holy. And like both Barbara and Virginia mentioned, it's everywhere, but we are so caught up on that it has to be a specific place or a specific idea, or in some cases, person or deities or gurus or teachers or whatever. The thing is that not only is it everywhere, it's in everyone. What I like to start with is your body is a sacred ground. It is sacred because you inhabit, you as a spirit inhabit the body. It is the temple of the living God. It's your temple. And it by itself is holy. The holiness of the body is something that is not taught. And instead of us saying, instead of saying I have a headache or I have this or I have that, it's more like my beautiful body, you know, I have a beautiful, God is within this body. God is the essence of this body. God is the, and having the reverence and humility to be grateful for what that is. We take it for granted. We take it for, we abuse it. We do so many things to it without ever taking the time to allow the divinity that exists within it to express. The divinity that is within that body, within those cells, within those atoms, to show you the wholeness of beingness, the wholeness of creation. I feel that a lot of the time, me in particular, I know that I just take my body for granted, and I jump up and I jump down, and I sleep or I don't sleep, and I eat well or I don't eat well. And I'm just an example, but I mean, there's many examples. And then people are sick, and people are, you know, I'm not putting down anybody who's sick, because I myself have chronic diseases, so I'm not even going there. But I do still need to recognize, maybe if I recognize who lives within me and what my cellular level and my atoms are made out of, and recognize that it is a consciousness rather than a physicality. The body is a dense consciousness of infinite wholeness. But my mind is asking me to believe something else because of the environmental teachings. People in centuries past used to live to be 900 or 1,000 years or however many, because there was no known, death was not that prevalent. But there was another understanding of what life was and how old. You know, somebody got to the age of 100 and something, and then they said, and then you know, the man was strength, and with a lot of strength, he got his strength at 100 and something. I forgot what the age was. And but our minds do not comprehend that, because we have been so ingrained by the society that to believe that that is our, you know, that we need to die younger. And yes, we do have different issues and different mindsets. And we also came here, some of us with specific illnesses, to demonstrate that we are more than our bodies, and to really show the world that there's more to life than what is known, regardless of appearances. We get so battered out there, not only mentally through the senses, through the emotions, through the media. And right now, media has the upper hand because we are so sequestered in our own homes that we turn to the television, to the radio, to the music, to and even our friends sometimes, I don't know how many people have tried to get me to battle with them right now about different issues going on, and it's not my place. It's not my place to get in between people or to choose a side or to, and this is prevalent right now all over. I'm not talking about anyone in particular. We're all going through this. But if we remember that when we get in conflicts with other people, that we are that sacred ground and that they are that sacred ground, and that I'm not creating an enemy. I am the enemy when we look at it otherwise. Do I have to agree with anyone? No. Do I have to fight with anybody? No. Do I get to be who I am? Can I say, can I say no and allow it to remain that? Or am I afraid of losing friendships, or am I afraid of losing something that my value if I agree or disagree with somebody? And the thing is, we are right now we're being called to choose, but there's other choices. I choose peace. Not the right or the left, not the white or the black, not the, one friend or another, or I choose peace. There's many things to choose from. Don't ever be thinking that you only have one or two choices. And don't see yourself as vulnerable because somebody chose a different side than you, and maybe that side was more popular for whatever reason. And don't believe for a second that you become a victim to that part. Because if you do, if you blame somebody for that, you have lost your power. The moment that you do blame somebody, you lost your power because you're no longer in control of who you are. It is a hard lesson, specifically when things are so detrimental in certain areas of our lives. I feel that sometimes these areas are an explosion waiting to happen. An explosion of ideas, an explosion of I'm right and you're wrong, and my view is better. I can't just see what is happening. And the thing is, beyond all that, if you believe that you have a personal timing, it doesn't matter what's going on outside. Turn within. The sacred ground. Do not get caught up because that's what they want right now, to get your attention to and feed off of fear. Do not allow it. No one deserves your fear. Everyone deserves your love. sometimes we put ourselves down. I'm not just talking outside. I mean, outside right now is the battleground, but there's also a battleground going on inside us. What am I not seeing right? Could I be wrong? Could I be, can I do something else? Am I doing the right thing? Is this the right timing for me? Is this, how do I handle things? And like I said, for everything that I need to handle or need to decide on, it's telling me that I have not chosen who I am. If I had to think about what to choose, you already put yourself out of the equation. Remember what I just said, this is important. I'm just giving you the chance to write it because you cannot afford to lose power at every sentence. There is personal timing. There is personal timing for everyone, and it doesn't matter who's ruling the roosters, you know, the house, the hen house. It doesn't matter. We have our own personal individual lives, and nobody can take away your power from you without you, unless you blame them. At that point, then you become the victim of your own choosing by giving the blame to somebody who cannot do anything for you. I think it's time for us to be responsible for ourselves and help where we can and do our best for what it is we want and help where we can. I'm going to be quiet for a few minutes. I would like some comments. So, because this is a very strong subject right now, that's why I want communication back and forth. You know, I want you to tell me what do you think on this subject. It's very hard to talk about because we're in the middle of it. But we need to, if we are going to, you know, if we're going to be peaceful. Yes, Donna.
This is good to talk about this because I feel it happening. I feel like it's really speeding up and getting heavier and heavier. I can feel it personally in my own situation, and I feel that I am constantly having to turn within and use the robot and meditate and read and go for walks to get myself grounded again. But yeah, I do feel like it's bombarding. It is very bombarding right now.
It's going to escalate. It's going to escalate. I'm sorry, no. It's going to escalate because fear works for them, for the other party. So when that happens, the more they terrorize you or scare you, the better off. Because remember the pendulums. The pendulums, and you're afraid and this and that, and then just put a name to it, to the pendulum. And if you're afraid, you already climbed that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're upset about it, you already climbed that. And you don't want to be giving that power to anyone you don't want to give the power to.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to be careful about how we feel, because that's what they're feeding off of. Okay, now how do we counteract that? Is the love for ourselves, to turn within to the sacred ground that we are, to the temple. This is the temple of the living God. It is a temple. It's for you to turn within the temple. That's what the temple is for, to go and turn within. Another way that the Christians call it is go in the closet and pray. Go within you.
Mm-hmm.
The kingdom of God is within you. Learn to find the holiest of holiest, the temple that is the holiest of holiest, according to the Hebrews. There's 3 temples. They're outside, the inner side, and then the holiest of holiest. That is the sacred ground. Okay. Who else would like to give me some feedback?
Hey, Angie, it's Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
So, I guess I just feel worn down after going inside and trying to always come back with fear, with love. It sometimes can be so overwhelming. And I just feel like it's just tiring, and
It is tiring, but I will say, rather than fight it, just take your focus off of that and only concentrate on what you want to see. Take your focus off of that. It requires redirection. It's like
constant redirection, pretty much.
Redirection. And we don't seem to realize how much strength is within us.
Yeah.
There is that strength, and there is that wisdom. It is the kingdom of God. If you can allow yourself to rest within that kingdom, within that space. And I'm not talking even meditation. I'm talking about just floating within your own body. Floating within your own body, allowing the goodness of the body to just carry your emotionality, your mentality, the things, just rest in it. The body will allow you to rest. Float in the body, in the essence of what the body is. That should help you release a lot of the tensions, and also a lot of it is also breath work. And when I say breath work, I'm talking about deep breath, not rapid deep breath, but a slow deep breath as far as you can go, and then a slow exhale as far as you can go, and then do it again and again, and then call forth. Remember things you love at that time. When you finally do calm down, remember things that make you happy, things that you love, your child, your husband, a little puppy, flowers, things that are beautiful to you, nature, things that make you happy, maybe singing or swimming or dancing, things that are uplifting to you. Because if you're only concentrating on that, it's telling me that you're having a hard time on focusing from that, because you are so tired fighting it. And what you fight, you resist, And what you resist persists. So instead of fighting it and saying no, and I'm not going to put any attention on it, just walk away and say, I'm choosing peace. I choose again. Choose love, choose peace, choose any of the fruits of spirit. Allow the goodness that is within you to shine. Allow your light. Give love to your child and to your mom and to your husband. Send love into whoever, whatever, because that is what you are. When you send out that love, it not only helps others, but it will help you tremendously. Every time that you do that, allowing peace, but mostly sharing the love that it is so precious right now to share, because everybody's feeling what you're feeling, Sarah. So we need to all come up. We don't need to be fighting each other. That's not our job here. Our job is to help alleviate the pain, help alleviate the injustices, and allow love to flow unimpeded, no matter what. Love being an expression of who you are. You are that. Love is not tiring. What is tiring is the resistance to whatever is happening or whatever it is you're fighting. I do know what it is you're fighting, but regardless, nobody can take your power, Sarah. So do not blame. There's no blame, no game. There's no game. In other words, you're not going to get involved in the game. If you don't get involved in the game, then you are successful in coming up. If you are successful in coming up, you will bring other people up. But the more people are in fear, the more that people are in fear, and I don't care who they are, specifically if they're around you, they need to do the same. Because I know that outcomes are going to be decided, but it doesn't have to be your personal outcome. Regardless of what happens, you are empowered to remain in peace. You are empowered to remain in joy, and you are empowered to remain an actualized human being, somebody with strength and somebody who is honest and responsible. Yes, Virginia.
I just wanted to add, when I do make the shift, and I agree with you, Sarah, it takes a moment by moment choice right now. And that's going to stay for a while. So we have to, well, this eternal, that's an eternal situation. It's that we always have to pay attention and make the choices. But what I find is that when I do come to that place of peace and love, it renews me and gives me more strength.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Anyone else? Yes, Lisa. Lisa?
Well, I just wanted to comment. You had asked earlier things from the last class, and I just think one of the most important mantras that I can say is to stay in love, like you've been saying, stay in love and peace, but avoid TV and avoid the negative media, the social media that's coming. I just find that I'm better just communing with nature and just being around chosen people that I want to be around. So
get away from the media, all of it. Get away from TV.
That's what I just said. I don't want to be.
Later. We will be back to it, but not right now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's at least that's what I intend to do. I'm not. I don't need to be there, and I will go back when. Yes, Martha.
I want to work hard at keeping my chakras balanced and being able to go into the higher chakras. I want to be able to be there. And I don't know, well, I wanted to know if, I know I haven't looked at the email carefully, but I wanted to know if there's a place where you have that kind of, yeah, where you have that information so that I can practice it. Because right now I'm practicing a couple things daily. I'm practicing the cleaning of my the clearing of
Right.
my,
Mhm.
I'm practicing that one. And I guess I'm doing my best with that. But I want to try to do all of it. Is there a place where you have that information condensed that I can study and look at it?
I think that Virginia sent you, Reverend Virginia sent you the information. That's where the information is at.
Okay,
Martha,
so
I can send it to you.
And now,
I have it.
okay, and then we have, we're gonna do the toning this week. As a matter of fact, tomorrow, some of us are going to get together and do that. So then you will have the recording to go with that. And I do suggest that you do it daily because it's going to start opening your intuitive centers. Once you
yeah,
start opening your intuitive centers, you can, some of us have and still do, to be more aware of when we're jumping timelines. And we have jump timelines, and we still do. And sometimes it's disconcerting, to say the least. You know, it is to me. And things disappear, and things appear. And as a matter of fact, I was with a friend, and she was helping me rearrange my bedroom. And my bed was clean, and there was nothing on top of the bed, and something that I missed for a few months suddenly appeared in the bed, on top of the bed. That has happened to several of us at different times, and still happening. This is the latest that happened to me. And she was a witness because we had just cleared the entire bed. Um, but when things disappear sometimes, and then you go back and you don't see it, it's right there. I was in between dimensions the other day, and somebody was saying, "Do you see the scissors?" And I'm going, "No, I don't see the scissors. I was not fully here." And I'm going, "I should have seen those scissors because they were right in front of me." I mean, there was no, I mean, even though my vision is not that great, it's really not that bad either. But I realized what had happened, that she was in one timeline and I was in another one, and I was, either she was coming to mine or I was going to hers. It doesn't matter. The thing is, we were in different timelines. Barbara? Miss Barbara Kramer? I guess she's out somewhere. Anyhow, one specific chakra will not do something for you. You have to do the 12 chakras. That's how come I started the class with the chakras to so the 5 chakras that go after the 7th, those chakras are the ones that are going to get you ready for the 5th dimension, and you need to start chanting those on a daily basis. Not only do they align you and clear your chakras and clear your atmospheric, energetic bodies, but it also balances you emotionally and physically. So I recommend everybody to do that, even when you're not with us. Unfortunately, we cannot do it through this program at this time because we're all of our times in our computers are different. So we will never match, and instead of helping, it will hinder. So, anybody else wants to share anything about what I said?
This is Barbara. The reason I want to hear is that screen keeps disappearing. I can hear
Okay.
your voice,
Don't
but I
worry.
don't have a screen.
Uh,
Yep.
well, if you
Almost,
can
yeah,
hear
I
me,
have to go back and redo it. So
okay, but
keeps
it's
wanting.
okay. We can
Yeah.
still hear you even though we don't see you.
Right. Well, I could hear you too, but I couldn't. Yeah, I could hear you, but
Right.
I couldn't answer because I had no screen. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So
Don't worry about the picture.
it's back on. I screw around with it and it comes back on, but then it goes back off.
Okay.
It could be your reception.
Could be. Although I haven't had that, but I had trouble before, but who knows, you know? It's a
So
mystery.
anyway, I was wanting to know, have you had any more timeline jumps lately?
Yeah, I'm sure I have. It shows up for me as just confusion. You know what I mean?
Right.
But nothing big, but just little stuff.
Okay, at least it's not your purse.
No, nothing like that. It's just little daily stuff, kind of. I can't remember any really examples right now, but I know that it's happening from time to time.
Right. I mean, the reason we knew about it is because I had this this cat's the claws cutter for kitties, and I had misplaced it, and we were not looking for it, nor did we expect it to appear on top of my bed. I mean, of all places, you know. But there it was. Anyhow, I just wanted your input to see what you thought of this.
Well, as far as the timelines are concerned, of course, I have no trouble believing it because I experience it. You know, things
Right.
will show up in a place where I have no memory of putting them. And then I think, geez, you know, is this just, am I just losing my memory or what's going on here? It's a little disconcerting, like you say.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It always is.
There you go.
Yeah. Thank you.
Angie, I just
Yeah.
wanted to clarification on that. So, sorry, my video is not on.
Okay.
So what happens is that there's different timelines, and so basically it's like it's not that your keys reappear, but that suddenly you're back on another timeline where you left the keys. Is that what that is?
Yes. Or sometimes you go and look for something and you say, like, I know I left it here, and then you come back and it's not there. And sometimes all it takes is like crossing a door, and suddenly you're going, what did I come here for? Suddenly you're in another timeline. It's like you forgot. I mean, you were going for something and you crossed the line, and the memory stayed behind. It's like a barrier, every doorway, but not only the doorways. I mean, Barbara can tell you different stories. I can tell you different stories, but it happens a lot with people that are more dimensionally aware. And it happens to everybody, but we are more aware of it because of we learn to see better. And not
So is it like
necessarily that it is better, but we get to experience and say, oh, that means this. Okay. As you start to as you become clearer and more conscious, you realize that, more aware, you realize that that is the that is what is happening. You can also choose to jump a timeline that you like better than what you're living right now. So, but that's a more advanced class. We're not there yet. Not at this time. Right now, we're still dealing with the present. Do you wanted to say anything else, Martha? Marta, if you're talking, we cannot hear you.
Okay, so what I understand that we're but there's multiple live and going in and out.
Okay, well,
Yeah, wrong with the connection.
okay.
You can't hear me.
Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Back to the emotional issues with all of this. We cannot afford to remain in a low vibration emotion. We cannot afford to remain giving our power away or jumping on pendulums that are not for us, but that work against us. Do me a favor, Miss Virginia. Explain pendulums. This is a review for the people that don't know or don't get it right yet, because these are very important. If you don't know about pendulums, you need to pay attention, because sometimes your life will depend on this.
So this is an aspect of collective consciousness. So when you have a thought and that thought aligns with what a lot of other people are thinking in a category of, say, fear about the pandemic, for example, then when you feel fear, you are kind of glomming on to the collective pendulum of fear. Pendulums swing back and forth from one polarity to the other. So when this fear pendulum comes by and you're in fear, then it's like drawing you to a magnet, drawing you into that collective, and then you're adding to its power, and its power is affecting you. But you don't have to stay on that pendulum. If you ever notice that you have a fear thought, and then the next thing you know, you're just in a panic. It's like that you've tapped into that pendulum of fear. But you can choose to get off that pendulum and say, wait a minute, this disease is not my truth, this whatever is not my truth, so I'm going to choose peace and love. And then you connect with the pendulums of peace and love and harmony, and then it helps you stay in that vibration. So pendulums are constantly moving, and I would think, Angie, as we become more intuitive and more sensitive and aware, it's easier to connect with one or the other. Would that be the case?
It is. I want to remind everybody that when they align themselves with a thought that they don't like, just to remind them that another 4 or 5 billion people are agreeing with you. So you do not want that much agreement over something you do not want to manifest. Okay, if you have 4 billion agreements out of 7 billion, you're in trouble. So I feel that there's so much to be learned about pendulums, because we are sometimes automatically not paying any attention to what we're thinking or how we're feeling. Okay, sometimes thoughts are automatic and the body starts reacting minus the thought, because it's already a cellular memory. So you start having different anxiety. That's when anxiety hits. It's not because it has no thought going to it, but the body remembers and the body's acting out. And so you get anxious and you get anxiety and you have a panic attack. Okay, what is that? That is your cellular memory acting out minus the thought, because it doesn't need the thought. The body already knows the feeling. So it is already acting up on something you have no idea what you're reacting to, but you're very emotional. and you're very concerned, and or you have an icky feeling. It's not something pleasant. You start having I can't think of the word, but it is a word that that describes an eeriness. You feel something drastic is about to happen and you don't know what. You're waiting for the other shoe to drop, but you have no conscious memory of why this is happening. All I can tell you, it is a memory in the body on a cellular level. And so when you deal with that and you don't know what that thought is, you're gonna start giving it to the robot, but you're gonna go, all things, this feeling, that I'm feeling, known and unknown, conscious or unconscious, it's not my truth. I am the spirit of love. You don't have to say that you're the spirit of love right there, because you're gonna be trashing that. So you go, this feeling, this emotion, these sensations, this aggravation, this panic, this anxiety, whatever the thing happens to be, known and unknown, for things that I know and don't know, for things that I'm conscious and unconscious. I don't need to know. I'm just letting it go. Because my truth is, and then put your hands on your chest when you're going to declare what it is, your truth. I am the spirit of love and not of fear. I choose to be in harmony. I choose peace. And I choose again. I'm not going to choose unconsciously. So there is a reason. It is, at one point I thought that it was hard to rein in your emotions and your thoughts. It really isn't. It's just your ego will attempt to tell you that it is impossible, that you can't do it, that blah, 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 blah. And it's not true. You start getting one thought at a time, and then the whole thing starts to unravel, because more things will come to the surface and more things you deprogram, and the clearer you become. Myla?
Yes, ma'am.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
Okay, any comments?
Actually, I was going to comment earlier when you were talking about other dimensions. All of a sudden, things became a little bit more clear for me. And I was like, I had an aha moment. I'm like, oh, now it's making sense. Because with everything that's going on, and I'm feeling overwhelmed and stressed and just this heaviness. Right. And I notice a lot when I walk into a room, and I'm blaming it on old age and whatever, but I'm not that old. So, but I walk into a room and I'm like, what did I come here for? Oh, what was I saying? Conversations, I'll be very focused, and then it just blips, and then it comes right back. Right. And just like that. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what that was, but okay. And I it's quite frequent that I'm having these, either mentally, physically, whatever. And I'm kind of going, okay, duly noted. I don't know how to explain this, but I acknowledge it and then let it go. Right. So I don't know.
Okay. Sometimes when we cross a doorway and we're going, I don't know what I came here for. All you have to do is backtrack. Sometimes you can go back
Yes.
sometimes we just never mind, you know, come back to me, and you close the door back, and then it's like you went and got the thought of what it was that you went to get, you know.
No, a lot of times I'll just turn around, go back where I came from, literally, and just
Exactly.
go, you know, and just like that, it all comes back.
Yeah, you
Out
went
of
and
the
got the thought back, and then you
Yeah.
brought it back. Yes.
Yeah. It's funny though, because I laugh at myself and my friends that actually physically see it happen and go, "What's going on, Mila?" I'm like, I don't know. I just laugh it off.
Right. It is. It's funny, but I mean, because you're going, oh my God, you know, I just walked 3 steps to the next room, and I don't remember what I came here for.
But it's happening very frequently, yes, and it's strange.
Yes, that's how it starts, when you start beginning to notice. And the more you notice, you're beginning to notice, so you can talk about it. But I wouldn't be bringing this to somebody else, because they might be telling you that there's something wrong with you.
Well, you're the first.
Unmute.
Okay.
So there's a thing that actually was on TV in a documentary about the brain, that when you walk through a doorway, the brain has a tendency to clear because you're in a new space. And it said just what we've been talking about. If you just turn around and go back, or sometimes I just walk backwards through the door to reset my mind. So if anybody who doesn't understand timelines and stuff like that, you can say, well, it's been documented that there's this natural thing that goes on with the brain. So you could talk about it that way without freaking anybody out, maybe.
Right.
It's happening to me a lot. Like right now, that's happening to me a lot.
Well, now that you're conscious, maybe it will start to diminish.
Okay. I thought it was menopause, but yeah, thank you.
No, not yet. Yes, Lisa.
I was just going to add that stress, I know a lot of people are under a lot of stress, or the anxiety, the fear, whatever they're feeling will secrete certain hormones that will cause memory problems. So it could be timelining, time jumping, and stress. So I've been taking more vitamin
we are
D.
intentionally being fed a lot of information to make us think that we are that we don't have any control over anything, and that's the intention. So just get away from the television, turn it off. If you want to have to watch TV, go rent a movie, or just put it in movies in channels that there's no commercials, only movies. You know, even if it's all movies, whatever. If you have to watch something that has nothing to do with commercials, or with somebody, or with news, or somebody telling you how to think and what's wrong with you, or what's wrong with somebody else, you know, or what possible disease you could possibly come up with. So right now, just shut it off. Okay. Let me go back to let's say, anybody else has anything before I continue? Okay.
I do.
Okay, what, Liliana, I'm not seeing you. There you are. Okay.
Yes. On the other subject that you were talking about, these memories and the uneasiness in the body.
Yes.
And tension. I have been experiencing that, and I wake up all tighten up as if I had been fighting. So I am aware that it is resistance. So I try to breathe. So what, if I understood you correct, in that moment, it's important to also state that whatever known or unknown is not my truth, because otherwise I'm just breathing. Because I thought it, because I'm doing so much spiritual work, just all these old programs I'm becoming aware of my resistance, or is this just something that everybody's going through?
Your body's reacting to, it's reactive. I told you that so in some instances you don't have the thought, but your body has the memory of without the thought because it doesn't need it. So your body now becomes automatically reacting to what is fearing. So you don't have to bring a whole recollection and sit there and brood over what could have possibly happened or not. Is it this? Is it that? No, you just take the whole package and say known and unknown, and you take the power away from that. Like, oh my God, I don't know. Now what? No, known and unknown. It doesn't matter. You're addressing the subconscious, so it doesn't matter. And it doesn't know any better, so it's gonna get, it's gonna get deleted.
So the important thing is to really claim your truth, the positive affirmation that, I'm a spirit of love, in order to.
At the end, you're not gonna be trashing that. At the end, you put your hands in your heart and you're gonna state your truth.
Okay.
And that's for any uncomfortable feeling that does not have a thought to go along with it. And that's where people with anxiety and anguish and panic, this is the people that don't know where it's coming from, and people are trying to feed them pills to make them feel better. But if they knew the real reason, they will address that.
Well, I have a lot of things that are going in my life that cause a lot of stress. So I don't know if it's just the.
It doesn't matter. You don't have to know.
You don't have to know. The important thing is to just really do the exercise of clearing it out and recentering. So if I recenter, is that what it is to go back to sacred ground?
No, but I'm fixing to go into that, into a little bit into a more concise explanation of what that is.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Sam. Yes, Sam.
Okay, I'm unmuting. How about what to do when you're having a hard time sleeping or getting no sleep, to lift that whatever and clear out? Like I can fall asleep, but I'll be like jump started and woke up many times throughout the night. And it's been happening for a while in this new energy. So
okay, there's a lot of shifting going on right now. What is happening to you is natural because your body is being transformed from carbon-based to, and some of our earth grids are changing from carbon-based to crystalline. So you will be jumping, or you will, I mean, depending on how your body is affected. If you have a compromised immune system, you will feel a lot more things. If you don't have as many, then you don't feel that much. But there's always some people's sleeps get disrupted, some people's nerves get disrupted. But the sooner that you tackle something and do not let it fester, the sooner you catch a thought or a feeling in action that doesn't feel comfortable to you, the better it is for you, because you will not get fully into you will not be dragged into the roller coaster, because then you will be going up and down and up and down, and then going to sleep and waking up and going to sleep and waking up. Maybe you might want to take some chamomile tea at night. And remember to do remember that last week I gave you I think to protect your body. Donna, do you remember? Can you look it up in your notes?
Yeah, give me a minute.
Yeah. Who of you remembers that? Jerry?
Are you talking about Face It?
I've done it a few times in the morning.
Uh-huh.
This place.
Yeah.
Head
The eighth
joint,
chakra. The eighth chakra.
the eighth chakra.
Uh-huh.
And then you come around and go as far down as your feet. And this affords you protection.
Right.
And I've done it a few times.
You go from the back to the front, from the eighth chakra down here, up here. You come back around all the way down and all the way down to the floor. For those of you that have been with me for a while, it's like doing the rub but with one hand. Okay. All right. So Sam, I'm sorry. Yes,
I was
Jerry.
going to say, reinforcing what you're talking about last week about clockwise and counterclockwise. I'm catching myself doing that when I have a negative thought. I'm thinking what I'm thinking. Suddenly I have a negative thought, and as you told us, so I do counterclockwise. That's out. Give it to the robot.
Right. Counterclockwise. Yes.
If I'm trying to bring a good thought in, a good feeling in.
An affirmation.
An affirmation, it's clockwise.
It's clockwise, yes. And it will be a good idea to acknowledge your heart. So whenever you can, go ahead and put your hands in your heart, not necessarily only during meditation or during prayer or during sending energy to the world, but you know, if you're sitting there, just sitting, you can just do this. You know, it's a loving gesture to your heart, and your heart will appreciate that because it's trying to expand this toridic field. Toridic, I don't know how to say it. Excuse the Mexican here. It is the heart chakra, field, the magnetic field. Okay, back to yes, Virginia.
I just wanted to add to that exercise of creating a shield. I really was impressed when you said to, as you cup your hand
Yes.
over that, and then feel the energy there in that chakra, and before you start
Right.
to, and I can really feel that. So I've been doing it
right
every morning when I wake up and every night before I go to sleep.
Right. So that is for
What does
jump
the
starting or for when Sam, for that will help you with a little bit of less jumping at night. And if you do it a little bit more than once for you, and do it with a little bit of breath work, maybe you do the 4-7-8, the 4-7-8 breath, the 4-7-8 and protection. So it's breathe to the count of 4, hold for the count of 7, and release to the count of 8. Yes, Jerry.
I have been using that before I fall asleep. I forget from whom I got it or where I read it, but it's so effective.
Mm-hmm.
I only have to do it 4 times.
Right. It takes about 4 rounds, and then you're relaxed and It relaxes you. It's a relaxing breath.
Ah, wonderful.
And any breath actually that you breathe to whatever count you're breathing that is comfortable for you, like it could be 4 or 5. If you double the number on the exhale, it will start to slow down your not your metabolism, but your calming you down if you're in a stress situation. Yes, Marta.
Okay, so I've been doing as well in the morning and in the night, and you had told us to imagine that we were being flooded by a white light.
Yes.
So what's been helping me is to stand up under some light source so that I can feel it stronger. And I'm going over it to just I pause at the root chakra, and then I continue down, and then I tap the floor. Is that correct? Am I doing it right?
Yes.
Okay. And I got to now work on the breathing. Yeah.
It's
So
okay. One thing at a time. There's no rush.
You said 4, 7, and 8. Did you
4,
say
7,
4, 7, and 8? Is that what you said?
4, 7, 8. Yes.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
I didn't understand the cupping that Virginia said. What does that mean, the cupping?
Virginia? I don't know what she said.
This
Okay.
you said the cupping. So this is a healer's position of the hand. Instead of flat, to cup it, and it collects that energy of the chakras in your hands,
Then you feel it.
and then you feel the
Feel the energy. Go
act
ahead and
like
finish.
you're expanding and activating the energy of that grounding of the 8th chakra. And then you're bringing it down the front with the white light, imagining the white light. It increases the power of it for me. That's what I feel.
Thank you.
It's activating the whole thing. If you move before you feel anything, more than likely you have not allowed your energy to close it. Okay, so you do have to be conscious of what it is you're doing and your intention of what it is that you're trying to create, which is a protection.
I think this is an important clarification that the intention be there, because I haven't felt the energy. So my movement, it might be a little bit lacking of the strength because
Were you in my class last week?
Yeah, but I didn't remember.
Honestly, I don't think that I remember mentioning intention. But every time because this is a healer's position, every time that you are going to do a healing, the intention comes before the healing. The intention over here is to protect. So you have to feel the energy and then move. And I don't care whether you think you can feel it or not, you can feel it, because even if you rub your hands together and go like this, you're gonna start feeling the aura, you start feeling the resistance. So we all feel that at whatever level we're at. I don't care who you are, we all are capable of doing that. Okay?
Okay, thank you. Can I ask a question, or just interrupt the flow regarding tapping? Is tapping going to be helpful if we use it to calm down when we feel that?
I'm not ready to talk about tapping right now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I want you to think of your body as a planet. You are carrying 70 billion cells with different organs and different functions and different things. So it's a whole system, it's a whole galaxy, not just a planet. You have different forms of energy. You have water, you have a conductor, you have the blood, you have the chi energy or the prana. Um, and it is in reality within you lives millions and millions and millions of other beings. And by that I mean in your eyebrows, in your body in general, in your intestines, and you are a big germ walking around. Okay, so all these bodies that live within you are helping you. They're not against you. They're not. The only time that something happens is when they get out of hand and one gets out of proportion or grows bigger or something. But you are a whole colony of life. So I want you to imagine that you are the director or the god, so to speak, for all these live entities. Um, and to realize that everything that exists, it is a deity, it is um, in reference of divinity, no matter what it is, you are indeed sacred, you are indeed holy, even though this world has tried to tell you that you're not. And my job is to help you realize that you truly are who I know you are. You are the essence of life. You are sacred, you are divine, and whatever you step on, whatever you sit on, is holy. It's a sacred ground because you are inhabiting it, because you are touching it, because it is a part of you. And when you look at your body, and let's say you have a headache, and you lovingly and with reverence and humility say, I know that this is that you are holy, and I'm so honored that you are a part of me, and I am so honored and humble that you chose to be with me. And I appreciate and I thank you. And I really am blessed to have you. And I'm very thankful. And I'm not just talking about if you have a headache, even when you don't have anything, you just embrace yourself like this. And by simply closing your arms like this, you are also encompassing the two hemispheres of your brain, where they usually work separate. When you do this, they are working together. And you say, I am so grateful of this beautiful body. I am grateful that you are for me, even though they have told me that you're against me. I know the truth. The truth is that you are life. So do me a favor and close your eyes and put your hands by your heart. Actually do this like a butterfly, but come over by your heart. That way will encompass the the coherence between the mind and the heart through coherence and through okay, so close your eyes, please. Allow the essence that you are to feel the hands in your heart and to flow love to your heart and from your heart back to your hands. And let that resonate with you for a little bit. Intend that. But whether you feel it or not, it is happening. Energy moves according to the intention, not according to what you feel. So just intend to send energy to your heart and from your heart to your hands, allowing love, allowing peace, allowing harmony, allowing well-being, choosing well-being for every part of your body, from the top of your head to the bottoms of your feet, from the outside of your body to the inside, including all your bones and the interior of your bones, every function of your body surrounded with love, surrounded on the peace that is who you are. You are the spirit of love, the spirit of abundance, the spirit of charity and mercy. You are the charity, you are the mercy. Be merciful with your body. Allow an anointing. Right now, I am pronouncing an anointing in your body, from the top of the head to the bottoms of your feet, to every cell in your body, to every atom, to every subatomic particles, allowing a healing, allowing well-being, allowing wholeness and integrity. That is your truth. Allowing absolute wholeness, absolute well-beingness. And as we allow well-beingness into all of our organs, into all of our flesh, into all of our bones, muscular, skeletal included, all of our hormones, all of our functions in the body, allowing peace to move through your blood system, allowing wholeness to radiate your entire meridians and your all of your cells, allowing peace, allowing harmony, allowing love, allowing relaxation. Please relax. Your bodies just told me, and that includes every one of you, including me. I'm being told to declare relaxation over your body. Allow your body to rest and allow your mental body to rest, to be cuddled in your energetic body. Allow your essence to float in the relaxation of your body. Relax, relax, relax. Relax your shoulders. Relax your jaws. Relax your forehead and the back of your neck. Relax. Relax your upper back. Relax your spinal column. from the medulla all the way down to the bottom of your spinal column. Relax your middle back. Relax your buttocks, your lower abdomen, your stomach, your chest, your neck, your arms, your elbows, your upper arms, your wrists, your hands, your fingers. Relax your thighs, your knees, the front of the knees and the back of the knees. Your legs, your ankles, your feet. Relax your toes. Relax the back of your ears. Just relax. And now I'm asking you to feel the love that is being sent to your hands and expand it. Go inside this time. Go into the inner sanctuary of who you are, where that love that you are, it radiates. And from there, radiate love to your head and to your full neck and to your full torso, to the sides of your body, underneath your arms, your hands, specifically your wrists, your chest, your lower back. Allow that radiation of love. I'm asking you to radiate from the top of your head to the bottoms of your feet, a pink rose quartz light. Allow the light. There is nothing to fear. This is a safe place because it is you within you. This is your safest place because it's your choice. This is you. Feel how you feel. Feel the self-embracement. Feel the joy that you are. Everything that is divine is what you are, is what we are. It is sacred ground. This right here is sacred ground. And for this, I'm grateful. And for this, we give thanks. And for this, we enjoy who we are. Let's operate from this beingness. Let's emanate now this beingness outwardly as it is profusely pouring from our cup overfloweth, from our pores escalating, exuding outwardly into a room, exuding outwardly into everybody's homes that is here on my screen, every one of your homes. Let's bless every one of us, no one excluded, everyone. I am blessing every one of you, and I want you to bless every one of us. This is a collective blessing. I show you peace. I show you love. I show you acceptance and goodness and mercy. You are beautiful. You are enough always. You have always been beautiful. You have always been magnanimous, and you have always been divine. You are right here, that essence, as we expand that worldly into now, into the cities, into our states, into all the continents, allowing the wildlife, blessing, blessing all the life in all the forests, in all the mountains, including the deserts. There's life there, enjoying all the oceans, blessing the life in all the oceans, in all the lakes, in all the bodies of water, allowing love, which is what we all are, blessing our bodies again as we see the emanation of our love covering all this earth. And now I'm asking you to expand that into the stratosphere of this earth, into the environment, into the air, healing, healing the environment, healing the trees, sending a blessing to California, to the wildlife, to the humans, to all the animals, to all the vegetation. I see peace. I claim peace. I claim harmony for this area, not only California, but all the states around it. I see reconstruction, and I see finally an end to these fires. It's okay. It's okay to feel good. It's okay to send love, not pity, but love, true love. Allowing our love to permeate everyone. Now I'm asking you to extend that love worldwide, worldwide. And as you're emanating that love worldwide, I want you to get in touch with your emotions and your emotional body and send love to your emotional body. It's one thing that surrounded in love, and do the same with your mental body, bathed in love. It's okay to feel good. It's okay to feel love, and it's okay to feel loved. Let the fountains flow. Let the light shine, reminding you that you are love, that you can flow that love anytime you want, not only to the outside, but to the beauty that you are. And while we're at it, sending love to the essence, to the spirit within. Slowly, I want you to feel your body. I want you to feel your feet, your hands, I want you to feel the back of your back against your chair. I want you to feel your body coming back in full presence. Allowing awareness. Put your hands in front of you in the prayer position. Indicating gratefulness. We are grateful. We are grateful. We are grateful regardless of what's happening, because we can give thanks. Because in spite of all, we have each other. Because in spite of all, we love. And nobody can take that away from us. And we can bless others. Amen. Namaste.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. So, final questions. Yes, Lisa.
Last week you talked about cutting the cords. I think that was last week, but can you just briefly go over how you like to do that? There are different ways to do it, but I just wondered.
I don't remember. Can you please give me an example of what I was talking about?
I'd have to look through my notes.
A lot of times I'm just talking and I don't know what I'm, I don't know what I said because I don't know what you're in reference to what. Does anybody else remember what I said about chords?
I think it was you, yeah.
You're not talking about in the meditation we just had, but in a previous class, is that right?
Yeah.
That's what you said. I don't remember having a cutting of cords. Does anybody remember cutting cords? No, I don't either. Liliana, do you remember cutting cords? Anybody? No, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Lisa. Okay.
It's okay. I have my way. My way works great.
Okay, you jumped a timeline somewhere, okay? You went to Sarah?
Yes.
Any questions?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. Myla? Okay. So the class has finished.